I'm going to call this simple surface, or adding a material to your object to get color. So a simple cube, and then I'm going to F for to frame this. Okay, and then the 5 key to shade it. And notice that it's got a gray color to it. Everything's always gray when you first build it. It's got a material automatically assigned to it. You don't really want to change the color of that original material. Just leave it alone and make new ones and apply the new ones and change the colors to those. So one way to do this is off the screen. I'm going to have to drag my interface down a little bit and then move it up so you can see. If I choose the hypershade perspective, so this is one way to get to the hypershade mode. The other way is under Window, and then if you go to Render Editors and then choose Hypershade, so that'll make it a floating window. Okay, so we've got our floating window, and what we're looking at here are the default things that come inside of Maya. So we loaded this up and created an object, but that's all, and none of those are showing here. These are the surface types, and I can go over each individual one. There won't be enough time for that now, so I'm just going to say quickly, this is metal, scratch metal, or a record-like thing. This is a very wonderful, with all kinds of detail, blend. This is the normal standard. So in other words, Lambert 1 is what we've got. Let's create another Lambert. So I just clicked on it, left clicked, and I now have it. It's called Lambert 2. And it's also shown down here in the work area. So with that now selected, I'm just going to close this and then come over where I have above the trash can the attribute editor. So the color is still selected, Lambert 2. And I could change the name of it. Maybe I wanted to call this orange ball. Notice it'll put the space, it'll put an underscore in my space. And I can click here and it'll pop up this chooser, and I can choose the color out here. So if I click to find a nice bright orange color, right, I can make whatever color I choose and accept. So now I have the color, but it's not on my object. Okay, so with the object now selected, I can go, and I'm going to change my interface so that I can see the hypershade is built right in here now. And what we're looking at is a really tight interface. Okay, so with the orange, okay, let's take this out. Okay, so with the ball selected, if I put my pointer over top and then right mouse button click, I can assign material to selected objects. Okay, so that's one way of doing it. I'm going to undo that, Z. Okay, here's another way. I can put my pointer over the color, object selected or not selected, middle click and drag to the object. So, okay, I'm going to undo this, right? Unselect, nothing selected. Middle click and drag, right? So that's another way of assigning a material to an object. If I had faces selected, hold on, I'm going to pause and select some faces and come back. Okay, so I have faces selected. I'm in face mode. Right click, face mode. Now I'm going to right click and choose assign material to selected. Okay, so those faces, right, are now F. The ones that were selected now have been assigned, right? So that's a couple of ways of adding a particular color to an object. Now, so you make all of your materials, name them properly so that you can figure out what exactly you plan to do with the orange. You could have a couple of similar close colors, and this is a great way of doing it, like black, shiny black, tires, whatever you're going to use it for. So hopefully that will get you started with colors.